what you make of things right now. Let's get a fundamental opinion on things now. Dhananjay Sinha of Systematics Group is now joining us to discuss market fundamentals. Dhananjay, thank you very much for your time. Good to have you here. Dhananjay, first question, I mean, there are skeptics and then there are people who are still enthusiastic who are saying that the market will look beyond this. I don't know how the scales are tilted. I think it's kind of split right down the middle. What are your thoughts? How does the market navigate the near term, the next month, 2 months?
So the thing is, the backdrop of the market is like, the last couple of months, there were two concerns. One, that the risk-free rate globally can go up, and we've seen US Treasury yields going up to 1.8 or something. And the concern was that there will be tightening in dollar supply and there will be drain in liquidity from emerging markets, including India. So we had that concern. The second concern, of course, was the COVID concern. Now, as things have panned out, I think the first concern is actually ebbed quite significantly. So the dollar is actually weakened again by about 3%, and the US Treasury yield has actually come down, and there's consistent message from the US that there will be a accommodative stance that will continue for the next couple of years. So I think that part is sorted out. The second part is, of course, the COVID part, and what we believe is that the correction in the market has been very shallow, and this has been roughly about 5% from the peak. If you look at Nifty or Sensex was thereabout. So it's a fairly shallow correction versus the concern that we had in the first wave. And globally, if you look at it, equity markets have continued to do well. So the difference in underperformance in India is largely to do with COVID. Now on COVID, the view is that yes, there is huge amount of panic because of the clustering of incidents that are happening. The positive cases are scaling up to 3.5 lakh cases every day, and there are models which are telling me that it could rise to 5 lakh a day in May also. So that's the peak that people are looking at. Now my sense is that there are two parts to it. One, the immediate response that the governments and state governments and other central governments, and there are global responses as well, to mitigate the near-term concerns on medical responses. But the other part is the vaccination part, which I think has been speeded up quite significantly. So roughly they are doing about almost like 100 million vaccines a month. So that's a fairly steep rise. So if you look at the current capacity, it could be roughly about 50% coverage by year end. And if you increase the vaccination, because you've given more licenses and all, and if you multiply that 1.5 times, you could reach roughly about 80% by year end, and roughly about 55% in terms of the double dosages. Studies have shown that the concentration of those incidents are happening in 25 cities, districts, where you can have more focused approach. So I think with the kind of capability that we have and future capability that we have with respect to COVID vaccination, we should be able to work through. So immediately, I think the concern is on the immediate response of vaccination, of oxygen, medication, etc., hospitalization, etc. But then the structural part in terms of vaccination is actually panning out. So from an overall standpoint, the way I look at the market, globally the dollar is weakened, VIX index has fallen, and I think some of the concerns that we have domestically on the pandemic is actually coming down with very strong government intervention, both at central and state level, and also the vaccination part. So I think the correction that we have seen, 5% is the shallow correction. Deep correction has happened in PSU space, PSU banks, Bank Nifty, autos. So domestic cyclicals have done badly. Metals have continued to do very well. IT has done well. So metals have risen by almost like 20% since the second wave, and IT has gone up by almost like 11%. So I think what we will possibly look at is a plowing back of funds into some of the cyclical space where there has been steep correction. So I think that's the view I have on the market at this juncture. So there are good opportunities if I'm looking at from a 3 to 6 months perspective.
Okay, Dhananjay, hi, morning. So since you're looking to get back into cyclicals, let me actually start with banks. And ICICI Bank at least has made some very promising comments and the numbers themselves. So what do you think? Is it likely to be a smooth trajectory from here on for at least the larger banks, or can we get speed bumps along the way?
So I think the concern, of course, is the stringencies that have been imposed. There can be some increase in the NPA ratios because of that, and it all depends on how long my sense is that it's going to be an issue of 1 quarter or so. If that is the case, market will actually overlook that. The second part is that if you look at the forbearances that RBI and governments had provided, liquidity support that was provided, the NPA ratios for the Indian banking system came down to 6.5% from 8.5%. This is quite in contrast to the 50% jump they were looking at in the stress case scenario. So effectively what it means is that the capital ratios, the credit risk ratios, and the overall banking system's balance sheet situation is pretty good. So larger banks who have raised money, who have good ALM capacities, and who have managed their credit cost well, I think they will continue to do very well. So, of course, ICICI Bank has been our favorite stock, and it had run up. So Bank Nifty had actually doubled, and there has been a correction of about 14% odd from the peak. My view is that the Bank Nifty will still be going towards 40,000. Currently, it's about 32,500 or something, 32,500. So I think there is an upside that will be there. Largely will be driven by large private banks. So some of the recent corrections that we have seen are good opportunities to pick them up.
Dhananjay, sort of run us through your sort of top 3 ideas on an absolute stock potential return perspective. I mean, across sectors.
So in terms of the ideas that we have, I would say current situation, it is heavily weighed towards banking sector. So I think large banks, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and HDFC Bank are 3 large cap ideas. Within we are overweight on metals sector. So Vedanta has been our top pick. So and generally metals sector has been our preference. So that remains. And within the mid-cap space, we think that, currently, if you look at Hero Motors, are also corrected quite a bit. So I think that is also a sort of good opportunity. In the mid-cap space, we have NMDC, we have Endurance Technology, we have Shriram Transport as well. So those are the things that are there. And in chemical, we have Viniti Organic. So these are some of the stocks that we have in our list.
Okay. On pharma specifically, pharma, diagnostics, the whole healthcare spectrum, Dhananjay, what would you buy?
So within our space, within our this thing, we have listed Cipla as our this thing. But diagnostic, I think should continue to do well. I think the demand for domestic demand will continue to be pretty strong. So I think pharma space should also be doing well. But I think the sector has done fairly well. It has got a structural tailwind, but I would say that from a beta standpoint or sort of from an alpha standpoint, you have good opportunity in large cyclical names in India as well.
Okay, got that, Dhananjay. Thank you very much for joining in and being with us on Trading Hour. Well, on that note, we do have to take a very quick break. We'll come back on the other side.